So let me be blunt. Most people walk into tech interviews like sheep walking into a slaughterhouse. They iron their shirts, they rehearse the same robotic answers from Google, and then wonder why the interviewer's eyes glaze over faster than someone getting high on weed. So here are some interesting stats to bear in mind. According to career builders, recruiters decide in the first 5 minutes if they're going to hire you. And 33% admit that they've already made up their minds in the first 90 seconds. So yeah, if you have over-rehearsed speech about being a team player and all that kind of stuff, it's dead on arrival. Today I'm going to show you the 3 mistakes that quietly kill your interviews, and more importantly, how to flip them into weapons that get you hired. So stick around because I'm not just going to roast you, which I plan to do, but I'm handing you the playbook. I'm John Nova from Javon Tech. We train smart, capable people like you to pivot into 6-figure tech project management careers without wasting years learning code or chasing useless certifications. So if you've been stuck in dead-end interviews, today I'm going to break down why and how to stop self-sabotaging before you blow another shot at a job that could literally change your life. Here's what's coming. Mistake 1 is going to hurt your ego. Mistake 2 is going to hurt your pride. And mistake 3, that one is going to change how you think about every single interview from now on. I'm also going to show you how to weaponize your transferable skills into answers that make recruiters say, hey, this person just solved our problems in real time. Let's dig in. Mistake number 1, you answer like a robot. You've been told to prepare answers for every possible question. So you walk in, you spit out my weakness is perfectionism, like you're reading from an installation manual. Wow, what a unique answer that is. No one has ever said that before, right? Here's the truth. Clearly scripted answers scream that you're not being authentic. No one likes someone that comes across as not being authentic. Interviewers and hiring managers really don't want perfection. What they're looking for is proof that you can think in chaos and will add value to the team as a human being. Basically, that you can add value with soft skills. Look, 89% of failed hires are because of soft skills. I'm talking adaptability, communication, handling conflict. And an interesting stat also says that 91% of recruiters love seeing soft skills on a resume. That's a big number to show how much human beings value the human touch. So if you hide your real thinking, you actually fail in the actual test. So flip it. Ditch regurgitating a script. Instead, practice speaking in concise story formats using a very simple 3-step structure. Think about the situation, think about the action, and think about the results. It's really the STAR method without the T, just to keep it simple. So even if your brain panics, right, you can still just frame a coherent answer thinking situation, action, what you did, and what the results were. So I'll give you an example since we're looking to be really practical. You can say, earlier in my career as a project manager, I used to over-document, right? I was trying to capture every single requirement and meeting notes because I wanted everything to be clear and traceable. I realized it was slowing down the team, right? So I learned to balance being thorough with being efficient. I started to use things like structured templates, AI for taking notes, prioritizing critical items, and leveraging tools like Conference and Jira for quick reference. What's interesting were the results. This shift cut documentation prep time by about 30%, and the team reported that they could find information faster without being overwhelmed by unnecessary detail. And that's how I have handled that weakness to over-document. That's how you do it. You see, this beats the whole perfectionism garbage every time while showing your mastery of tools and the results that you got. And that brings us to number 2. It's a really common trap that ambitious people fall into without realizing it. The second mistake is that you don't realize that you are selling, and so you talk about skills instead of selling impact. Here's how most candidates answer questions. Yeah, I know Jira, I know SDLC, I know Agile, I know how to manage stakeholders. Well, so do 2,000 other people in the waiting room. Congratulations, you're now like commonplace. What interviewers and hiring managers want is impact. Not what you know, but what you did with what you know and the results you got with what you know. A stat shows that about 34% of recruiters are looking for quantifiable results and will not hire without quantifiable results. So use what I call a very simple approach. It's a money, time, headache filter. Every answer should show how you made or saved money, or how you saved time, or you saved someone else or people from headache. So instead of saying stuff like, I ran sprints with the dev team, right? Which doesn't really say anything. You can say stuff like, I led sprints that cut delivery time by 22% and we saved 30,000 in dev hours, right? Now you're not just a candidate, but you're a value factory. An additional tip though is make sure you can justify the numbers that you're talking about. Don't just spit out numbers. And that brings us to mistake number 3, which is brutal because it's the one that silently kills even experienced candidates. Mistake number 3 is you forget that they're hiring for problem solving. They're looking for a problem solver. Companies don't hire you because they like you. They are bleeding somewhere. And so the role you're interviewing for exists because of a pain point or a couple of pain points. If you don't speak directly to that pain, then you're just noise. So you can flip this. Before they interview, stalk the company like an FBI agent. Check their press releases, read reviews of the company on Glassdoor, scan LinkedIn posts from the leadership just to get information on the company and find the problem or the problems. Then in interview, talk about it. And I'll give you an example as well because again, we want to be super practical. You can say stuff like, I saw in your last investor call that the release of a feature that was late increased customer churn. In my last role, I tackled a similar issue and we actually cut customer churn by 18%. And here's how I'm going to approach it if I get to work here. Now, that's not a candidate. You come across like a consultant in disguise, and consultants get hired. In fact, the main way to optimize the interview session is to act like you're a consultant, not someone being interviewed. That's a super powerful tip. So stick with me because in 2 minutes, I'm going to give you 3 battle-tested hacks to make sure you don't bomb interviews again. Are you ready? Well, but first, let's just recap the 3 deadly mistakes. The first is you answer like a robot. The second is you forget you're selling and talk skill instead of selling impact. And the third is you forget the company's real problem. They are hiring you for problem solving. So how do you hack it? Again, here are 3 hacks. You ready? The first one, a 7-second rule. Research, again, shows recruiters form an impression in under 7 seconds. So your first sentence matters a lot. You can use it to your advantage. And how you craft an opener is, thanks for having me. I followed you and how you scaled X, and I'm excited to show you how I can accelerate Y. It's pretty much that simple. Let's make it more practical. You can say stuff like, thanks for having me. I've been following how you scale to 200 plus enterprise clients. It's really amazing. I'm looking forward to showing you how I've led tech rollout across 15 plus markets as well, and how I can accelerate that momentum here to the benefit of the organization. Boom, as an opener, you own the room in 7 seconds flat. Second hack is build a win bank. Keep a running list of 10 situations where you created or saved money, or you saved time, or you help people avoid some headache. And before any interview, review it. That way you always have measurable proof at your fingertips. It's pretty easy to do once you get started. So make this a habit and start today. And the last tip, flip the script at the end. When they ask you, do you have questions? Don't say no, whatever you do. And don't just ask about culture or vacation days. Ask the question, if I were in this role, what's the first thing you'd want to solve in the first 90 days? Now they start to picture you in the job and you start to position yourself in their minds as a problem solver and as a consultant. Look, interviews don't reward the smartest candidate, they reward the most strategic candidate. So if you don't lose into weaker candidates, you can also hit the link in the description and it will take you to training.javontech.com. You're going to find a 30-day tech project manager accelerator. It's my step-by-step program to weaponize your transferable skills. It helps you learn AI tools and you can pivot into a 6-figure PM career role without wasting years learning code. So stop answering like a robot, stop just talking about skills and start proving impact. That's what you want to sell. This is John Nova with Javon Technology. Subscribe, share with your underpaid genius friend, and I'll see you next week when I talk about what tech hiring managers won't tell you, but I will. I've hired and it's time to spill the beans, so don't miss it. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.